We're back, everybody, and welcome back to IGTV with Richard Horowitz, who's on the screen with us, and then on the phone with Dick and Dick. Just pronounce your last name. I hate mashing people's last names.
Dick Marquise.
Dick Marquise. Thank you very much. And Dick is a former member of the FBI. Was probably one of the principal investigators from the bureau regarding the Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, and as I guess most people know, this is probably still being litigated and investigated, overseas, because I don't think they've actually taken all the pieces or identified all the pieces of the participants of this particular case. Correct, Dick?
Yes, the case has never been closed either in the United States or Scotland. There were a number of people outside of the two who were indicted back in 1991, Seema and Megrahi, who we believed played a role. Unfortunately, over 20 years, some of these people have died. Some of them died during the uprising in Libya over the past year. But unfortunately, we never collected any evidence which would specifically link them to the attack, where we could say to a jury, we want you to judge the responsibility that these people may have had. I'm hopeful that with the new government in Libya, there will be additional documentary evidence that can be found, and additional people can be brought to justice in regards to this case.
Yeah, well, I guess that is a very, very big deal. The new government in Libya, I hadn't even actually thought about that right now as you were coming on the show today. But that we'll all keep our fingers crossed on that one, give some great hope to those families who have lost their loved ones on that flight so many years ago. Richard, any comments on what's going on there? Dick was just talking about the new government in Libya, the changeover may, drum up some additional resource to help law enforcement officials.
Well, there have been at least, to my knowledge, two former close associates of Gaddafi who have come out and made statements and have helped the West in this matter. One was Gaddafi's chief of intelligence at the time, whose name was Musa Kusa, and then recently another former cabinet minister came out and said Gaddafi ordered the bombing himself. And I expect that the new Libyan government is going to be helpful.
Thank you very much. Dick, before we let you go, any closing statements, any remarks?
Well, as you said earlier, this investigation was for the victims. We kept on the wall of the Washington field office two photographs that we could walk out of that room every night, whether it was 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. Photograph of the tail cone of Pan Am 103, which was the American flag, because this was an attack on the United States. And the second photograph was a baby shoe, because there were something like 16 children, I think, under the age of 6 on board that airplane. And we always said that with this investigation, no matter how long, no matter how difficult, we would do it to gain justice for the victims, and not just those who died, but their families and everybody that they left behind. And I know that convicting one person was not satisfactory, and I'm hopeful that other people at some point could be put into the frame and prosecuted for their involvement in the case.
Yeah, we all look forward to that. We all look forward, and I don't know if you can hear him, Rich, but Dick said this investigation obviously is going to remain open over the years until they scoop everybody up, as many as they can identify and bring to justice. For the families. And I had no idea there were 16 young children on that flight, which is just makes it even worse. But Dick, thank you very much for coming on the program today. I know you're traveling all over the place, and do feel as though you can come back if there are any updates or anything else you want to give us any information on. We'd certainly like to put it out to the InfoGuard audience. All right.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Dick.
Thank
Bye
you.
now.
Bye-bye.
All right, so, Rich, thanks for bringing him in. A very, very good talker, and certainly very informed in that particular area. and we certainly look forward to learning more as that comes around. Why don't you start off by telling us about the memory clip of the week?
Yeah, this is relevant. Clip number 2225. As we know, al-Megrahi was released 3 years ago from a Scottish prison on humanitarian grounds. They thought at the time, they said at the time that he had maybe 30 to 60 days to live. He had cancer. He lived 3 years. The clip is from Libyan television, where they show Gaddafi greeting him and Gaddafi thanking the Scottish government for releasing him. And it's very interesting to see in retrospect.